Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 3. And speaking of 3, here's my Sega Mark III that I got back in the summer of 2017. I remember it took over a month just to arrive, but it came with 7 games. These are all the 7 games that it came with. I've since gotten some other stuff for it. I got a second F-16 Fighting Falcon game, so I got a spare copy of that. This is one of the things that I got last year. This is the Sega SK1100 keyboard. And this is something that I got 2 years ago in preparation for me getting an SG-1000 system, Girls Garden. That was Yuji Naka's first game. So like I said, yeah, this is the Mark III that I got about a year and a half ago. I am sorry to say that it has since broken down. It is broken. And I'll tell you what's so broken about it. Let me show you. It didn't come with all this stuff. Look at that. So I got a second Mark III, and it came with all these really amazing accessories. So here's the box that my second one came in. Here are the instructions in Japanese. Got another SK1100 keyboard. Here's some more stuff that I got with it. This is kind of an outdated way of hooking this up to your television set. Let me show you what I mean by that. These are, as the Angry Video Game Nerd called it. Let me get them. Is this it? Yeah. Nope. Yeah, here we go. These are, as the Angry Video Game Nerd called it, the devil's pitchforks that you have to screw on the back of your television set. But I'm not going to use that. I got something from Play and Trade last week. This AV cable to hook up your Model 1 Sega Genesis, but you can also hook up your Master System as well as your Mark III to your television set. So yeah, that was the only thing that's broken about my first Mark III, is that it didn't come with all these accessories. But other than that, my first Mark III works perfectly. So I do have a spare one in case either of one breaks down. So let me show you some of the stuff that it comes with. It comes with another set of 3D glasses. I may have shown you another set of 3D glasses that I own. I got that back in 2017. This is a little bit different. This is under some Japanese packaging, but I'm sure it would work very well on an American Master System. So all in all, I got a spare copy of that, as well as the keyboard. Here's some of the stuff that I didn't, that I've yet to have until this Mark III came. Now, when I got this Mark III, I actually got it to start off 2019, but just like my first Mark III, this one took more than a month to arrive. It wasn't until early February that it finally arrived. When it did, it came with some really interesting stuff. Here's one of the games it came with. This is Fantasy Zone 2. It's a gold cartridge game. This is a really cool thing that it came with. It came with the data recorder. As you can see, it kind of looks like a cassette player, and that's what it does. It stores external data on cassette tapes. These were kind of like the way memory was stored way back when. This is before memory cards became a thing, and then internal hard drives. But then you have this. This was the #1 reason why I got this system. I've been trying to get my hands on this for a while, ever since I heard about it. And it's a game called Terubi Oikaki. It's a drawing game. And it's one of the first art-based video games ever made, along with the ill-fated LJN video art. Here's some accessories for the game, and here's it hooked up. This is permanently wired. You see there's the cartridge for it. As you can see, it's permanently wired to the graphic board. Now I'm sure this is a good game. This is a perfect example of a game to compare to LJN video art. That's actually the video where Angry Video Game Nerd discussed that. I don't know if you could hook it up like this with an AV cable or something like that with the LJN video art system. I don't know if it did that or not. But with the Mark III you can. So what's really cool about the graphic board, it comes with a pen. I'm sure it comes with the Sega logo right there. There you go. Now I'm not going to use the pen. For one, I heard that you have to press down on this thing really hard, and I really don't want to do that. It's a collector's item. I may want to get a screen protector for it one day. So instead, I'm going to use the joypad. So let's turn this on. Now, as you can see, there's no sound, but so press the start button. This is one of the buttons you can press, and you can also press this on the joypad. 1985. Well, it was just beeps, but there really isn't much sound in the game. There's really no sound at all, but it certainly beats the static that LJN video art has. So now, unfortunately, as far as I know, there aren't as many color options as LJN video art. There's no paint bucket tool either, which stinks, but at the same time, it's one of the first art-based video games out there. But the controls are much nicer than LJN video art. You had this super long joystick, and then you have the button on the joystick, which makes things very, very complicated. But you can use a joypad, or you can use the graphic board. And again, like I said, I'm going to use the joypad. The cursor is not all that sensitive. It moves pretty well. So let me show you some of the options. So let me show you some of the options. You can certainly change the color of the background with the palette they give you. As you can see, the guide is helpful. So I'm gonna... Alright, and you can't go backwards. You have to do that. Now let me show you some of the line options. This is the thin line, this is the medium, and here's the thick. So let me grab a thick line. And before I do anything, let's change the color of the pen. It's white, I'm going to change that to black. And yeah, I'm trying to hold the phone and the controller at the same time, so. And you can do diagonals pretty well, unlike LJN video art. So there's that. So let me show you. You can erase, and unfortunately, it's only 1 pixel at a time. It's kind of one of those 1 pixel at a time. So let me move down. Let me do this. But it's certainly much easier than with LJN video art. Let me see if I can put this down in the... There we go. There we go. I don't think you can... I don't think you can change the way the eraser, how thick the eraser is. So let me see if I can... See, I'm telling you, it's tough, but I'm willing to make it happen. Yeah, it really doesn't affect how thick the eraser is. Yeah, it doesn't really affect. But then one of the nice things it can do is you can clear everything you got. And then one of the really cool features, I don't know a lot of art-based programs that can do this. So we're in the SY. So I'm going to show you what that means, everything. So CL, that means clear. BA for background. ER for erase. And then you have the line options. The SY, I wonder what that's, I'm sure some of you wonder what that stood for, and I was wondering the same thing myself. Symmetrical. So that was pretty cool. Let me get that. Let me change the color. Let me change it to a nice pink for... So yeah, there's that. And when you're done, you can get rid of all this. I don't know what the CD stands for, but you just click that and you get to see your finished work. And then when you're done, just press the button and you can see the view. You can see the stuff again. So, how does it compare to LJN Video Art? It's certainly better. Not by all that much, as you can probably imagine, but it's certainly much better. It's certainly more worthwhile, but me being the guy who likes to draw and submit stuff over DeviantArt, I'd probably stick with just a piece of piece of paper and some colored pencils, and that's just about it. But maybe one day I'll make a drawing on this thing and show it to everyone over at DeviantArt. So and you guys over here at YouTube as well. So it's just one I wanted to show you. Now to James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd. James, if you see this, if you can get your hands on one of this, give this a try. It's certainly much better than LJN Video Art. If you want to see, if you want to show us your opinion, go ahead and do that. So let me show you, do one more and then we'll be done. Now to turn the symmetry off, let's turn that off. And just, yeah, there we go. So if you wanna, so if you can get your hands on this and give me your opinion, show us your opinion, go for it. So it's a lot of fun. It's certainly much more fun, like I said, LJN Video Art. You know, the only plus that LJN Video Art has is, you know, more color options. You have, you know, some basic colors here, and you know, and then you have some shades of specific colors. So let's clear that just for the heck of it. Let me just show you what I drawn. Do that. And then press the clear button and just be done with it. And we'll turn this off. And I'm not done yet, guys. I got one more. I got one more part to show you. And I got one more Sega system to show you, and you guys are gonna love it. So I'll see you guys in part 4.